Hi there, this is David Dettmann, and I'd like to thank you for coming to the webinar. Just let me know if you can see my screen and hear me. Okay. Hey, Roland can, Bruno can. All right, we've only got a small group of people today. I think everyone's webinared out this week, so that's cool. Does anyone have any questions they'd like to ask about anything, as this is a small group? It doesn't matter what it's about. Just ask any questions while you got the chance. It's like everyone's good. Like I say, I mean, on these Friday webinars, they're fairly informal, so the topic I was going to cover is the WordPress. Now, as you know, if you're on Tuesday's webinar, I had a lot of problems getting this site up, but managed to get it up, and I actually did another site as well. Now I'm having problems with that one, but I've only just registered that one. But one of the main things I wanted to cover is one of the themes which I'm going to be using. I'm even going to change my other blog over to it, and I'll just bring it up. I'll log in, and you can have a look at it through my cPanel, or WordPress panel, I should say. Now, like the ultimate blog theme and a mock is them pretty much speaking on it over. Back Yeah, for a long time. I can get well, Skills, which is just standard help desk, and then there'll be when you can use Jane Hastings Cover. because I have very little on this blog. But whenever you install plugins and that, you should do a backup first. Same when you're changing a theme. But as I've only got 2 pages there, which is stuff I've copied across, I'm not too concerned. So this, I think this is the one. Just having a look here on my other screen. It doesn't give me a number. I'm pretty sure it's this one. Okay, so I've installed that. All I do is activate it. Now I need to configure it. What you need to do is put in a title, a home description, keywords. Excuse me. Leave all this how it is, unless you know what you're doing. So I mean, these are if you got additional headers and that. The main thing is which you get your name right, because every time you use this, let's go back to blogs. Okay. Okay, I need to configure it, but this will, once you've configured it, this is where you can add description, title, keywords. What this plugin pretty much does is just give you a bit more oomph with Google. It's a well-known plugin. If you ask anyone who's got a blog and has had one for a while and knows about keywording, they will have this plugin. Now, there's many other plugins you can add. Just keep in mind when you're adding plugins, especially if they're visual ones on your page, ask yourself what you're doing with your blog. Are you trying to direct them to something? So if you're trying to direct them to a sales page or an email opt-in or an affiliate product, make sure which your page is directing you. It's going to direct them to that, and you don't have 500 things on the side which are distracting them. If it's a personal blog and you have your like a Facebook plugin or a Google Plus plugin, I don't even know whether you can get them yet. It's something I have to look at. Yeah, or you've got a counter or something like that. That's fine. Just sort of keep it down to a minimum and keep the page clean. Have plenty of videos and pictures and have more text than what I have. The more text you have and you put in your keyword, the more which it's, Google's going to recognize it, but also break up the text with pictures. Okay, so we'll use this for a sample. Don't mind my chickens in the background going off. Right here, that's a mistake. I've got a picture here. Should have text. My text size I've chosen to be fairly large. You've got to remember, a lot of people can't see the screen, so I like the fact I've got a white background. Always have a white background or something similar. This is a very colourful site, only simply because I'm trying to get it in the theme colours of Google+. Video is always great, but you don't want too much down this side. And for this particular site, my main concentration is to make sure which people eventually sign up to a mailing list, which I'll create for Google+, or I'll have them sign up to my mailing list, and to get them to download the toolbar. So I will have an ad for the toolbar like I do on my site, probably in the sidebar and probably on the footer of each page, which you can do with this theme. Okay, that way, that's my mission, is to get people to use the social network toolbar with this page and to learn trainings from me. So I might even have a webinar link here for my next webinar. That type of thing. So any final questions before we go? Sort of went a bit more than I thought we were going to. Just find the questions box again. And if you guys need any help at any time, you can side Skype me. So I mean, one of the key things you want to do is set up a blog. Just an update on yesterday's webinar. The recording was recorded, but I got an error, so it's going to take a little while to fix it. So I will put it in the Skype rooms when it's available, but I've got to sit down at night and when it's quiet and re-record it from my screen and then convert the file, and so I've got to sit through it. So I can't do it during the daytime when it's too noisy. So when it's up, you guys can hand it out. You guys are welcome to hand out any of the videos I do or use them on your blog. And my next webinar will be on Tuesday, and I'm not sure what the topic is yet. I hope this has been value to you guys, and thanks again for coming to the webinar, and bye for now, guys.